What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another SLA video. Guys, top 6K has been completed. I'll walk you guys through the full guide. This was the most challenging, most extensive, most excruciating WOBL we've done to date, especially on my free-to-play account. Pay-to-win was no problem. It was super easy. But on the free-to-play account, man, it took us to the limits, and I am resource starved. But I'm going to walk you through everything that I did. Now, before I do that, I want to remind everybody, Content Creator Program, guys, is going on for Season 18. Make sure you hit that support button. Get yourselves in. Get all that free-to-play content and pay-to-win content from your boy. And support me from doing all this content for you guys. And it means the world to me if you do. And also, I'll be sending you guys free codes. Remember, it's free to join. Hit that support button, guys. It's linked in every single description of every single video. Plus, it's pinned on every single comment section of every SLA video. All right, let's get into the actual content that we're here for. So first off, I'm going to walk you guys through my setup, give you guys everything I've done, just so you guys get the full lowdown of what I did, how much my power was, where we went, how long this took, what blessings I used, etc. Right? I'm going to walk you guys through all of that. Now, before I do any of this, though, real quick, I just want to show you guys that we did get the title. Okay, so the title has been completed. I believe if I go to right over here and then check out the burden parent, you'll see that the newest title has been applied now for WOBL. I'm just trying to remember what it was called. It's over here, actually. I think it's like Paragon something. Where is it? Expert, blah, 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 blah. No, that's not it. That's not it. Conquer. There it is. Primordial Conqueror. Okay, so that's the title you get when you obtain by clearing Workshop of Brilliant Light Legia on hard difficulty. Okay, so that's the title you get. You also get, of course, the icon when it's ready to drop, and I'll never be changing burden parent because that's what I am. All right, so just to prove that we did it, of course, I'll show you guys in the video as well too. So for the SJW setup, let me walk you guys through this real quick. First off, strength 519, vitality 675. I had 112.8k strength, or attack I should say, in total. Here are the rest of the stats that you need to know. 73.55% precision, 50% crit, more than enough, by the way. It was closer to 200%. I know this is actually correct. 199.04% crit hit damage, but we'll walk through the blessings. Defense pen was 47.28. Crit damage increase was 19.06. Okay, so we're all on the same page here. You understand how that works. Here's my set, of course, AP's poison. Here's the wind ring, of course. You want to have that. For the most part, most of my things have double attack. You want to make sure you compensate the attack for vitality. Now, you might wonder why Payne are you using vitality. Well, vitality gives you the most amount of TP. So the goal was to get to the proper amount of TP to beat Legia, okay? Now, when it comes down to the skills, you're going to use high-speed rotation. Now, many of you have been asking Payne, why do you use high-speed rotation? Well, it's really, really powerful for a couple reasons, okay? So first off, increases high speed final damage by 3% when you do amplification. So that was important enough as it is. But the more important part is you can cast it 3 times during the overload phase. It's the only time you want to cast it. The power gauge is increased by 3% when you are hit. That's important. First off, or when you hit the opponent is actually what it should really say. That's always been a translation error. And when your attack hits an enemy that doesn't have a break bar, and nobody does in this place, it increases the attack of high speed rotation by 280% for 7 seconds, which means all 3 of your attacks consistently will hit harder and harder and harder, and you'll get yourself a power gauge, which is important because you want to cast the power gauge as much as you possibly can in this. Now, the team is comprised of 3 units, and they're old school units, and many free-to-play players should already have them built up. Number 1, Min. Yes, I still use Min. Min is still the GOAT, and the reason why you want to use Min is due to his support skills and a couple other features that he offers. Of course, the support skill here increases damage taken by 18% for 20 seconds, and not to mention, on top of that, his passives will help you increase your crit hit rate and crit hit damage, and then of course you will also increase the ultimate damage you do with the highest power, because you have the highest attack, of course, in that team. So that's number 1. Rieji is a necessity. So Min is a 8, Rieji is a 6. All skills must be level 10. All skills must be level 10. Gun He is the 3rd unit, and a lot of people are asking, Payne, why the hell are you using Gun He? Well, a couple reasons why. Number 1, his support skill is fantastic. His support skill right here increases the user's attack by 20%, increases the user's defense by 20%. You gain a shield based on Sun Jinu's defense, and you increase the critical hit rate, critical damage by 20% for 20 seconds. Phenomenal. But on top of that, he's a 10, which gives me the ability to use a unit for more TP, right? Very straightforward stuff. For gear for these guys, this is not correct. It's going to be the breaker gear. This is going to be the new noble gear, and of course for Rieji, it's going to end up being the right here, the commish gear. Okay, that is the setup, guys. Now, in terms of overall things that I did to get ready for this, for my weapons, I did two craftings for this, and I summon quite a bit of it. So A8 Soma and Asura, and then of course skills are 10. Make sure you do that, and then A7 for the Gale, also a 10. What you guys can do, remember, if you need more like charms and stuff or mana extracts, you can always go to here and use your reset tickets to reset the weapon skills and get some mana power extracts back in order to do this. I did that to a lot of my weapons. It won't affect your armory. You can get all that stuff back and level up all you need for skills. All of your hunters must be level 10. My shadow army, just so everyone's on the same page, is as follows: 2.379, and everyone's got their weapons here maxed out, etc. The only thing I don't have maxed out are people's skills. That's the main thing. Okay, so growth is all done, everything's done. If you're a high-end free-to-play player, this is what your account's going to look like. And yes, people who are not free-to-play players can see that it's possible to do pretty well as a free-to-play player. Okay, now when it comes into my remnants, this is where my biggest downfall is. My remnant power is only 588. Rock Pass has 6, I think he's level 44, 41 even. Baran is 44. I've got a 50 Yogamon, and Legai I think is like 11. Right? Or 12 in this case. He just went up a level because I finished it. So that's what you guys need to know. All right, now when it comes down to the actual fight, I'll walk you guys through it. Let's just go into WOBL. I'll walk you through my blessings as well. This hopefully will help some of you guys understand what I did in order to finish this. But let's go to right there. I did not finish Hunter mode, just so you guys are aware. And you don't have to finish Hunter mode in order to complete this. So you guys can see there I am on Hunter mode. You don't need to do this to get top 6k. You just need to do Sanjay News. And right here are the blessings. Okay, so increase the monster damage taken by 4%, increase the monster damage taken by 5.3%, increase the monster damage taken by 4%, and then the last one I did increase critical hit damage by 65%. This helped me get the job done. This took me 3 whole hours to figure out. Now, as much as I love people joining the live streams, and it means the world to me that you guys come support, one thing I do want to express is I like to get things done on my own terms. I understand my account better than most people, but I do appreciate some of the advice that was given, and some of it did work. So we'll walk through everything we did and how we got it done. So without further ado, let's get into the battle. All right, guys, so here's the power that we had: 7.798 million. We were almost close to the recommended power. I think I made a couple adjustments here and hit exactly 7.810 by the time we finish this. Okay, so you guys can see the setup here. So it's Rieji, Gunhi, Min, level 130 across the board, and the shadows I used was Bestie, Serbi, and Greed, and Rock Pasa was the actual remnant that I used as well too. So just so everyone is on the same page in terms of what was done. Okay, you guys can see I had a couple attempts here that we were very, very close each time, but I failed a couple times here and there due to some errors on my end. Okay, so this is 4 hours and 20 minutes. A lot of it was the setup part, but here's the actual run, and I want to walk you guys through it. Okay, and exactly what happened. Okay, so here, go back and check out the stats again if you need to, but this is how the run goes. So first thing to note, he will jump here, don't do a shadow step. So what I normally do here is I'll wait to cast my Moon Shadow Glade right here, or Moonlight Glade, and then I do Rieji, and then I do my what's this one's called? I think it's called Phantom Blade or Swift Strike. I think it's called Swift Strike. And then I go into my once Overload hits, then I will do my actual, you see right here, and then I'll do my Shadow Step right there. See how Shadow Step gets in as soon as the Overload is in, and you'll see right over here, you're gonna have a refresh of the second skill again, and you can recast it. Okay, so very important to note that you can recast it twice, and I've already hit it twice. Now here, you hold down Soma and Ashura until you hit. So try to get 50 stacks. You can see here I did 48 stacks. Okay, so that's a little bit of a problem. It seems to be a bad habit of mine, unfortunately, that I keep doing that. I'm gonna put the quality up a bit, and then I go into 3 high-speed rotations, and then into a thunderstorm, and then Soma and Asura again. And this is important, guys. Okay, core attack into a ultimate. Ultimate's important. Again, this is why I use high-speed rotation to build that ultimate up. And during the overload phase, you have to have that there, right? And you can see right over here, we're gonna hit about 94%, right? 94% is fine. If you can keep that up. Now, sandbag is important here. You're gonna do a little bit weaker in the beginning, but as the content gets worse and worse and worse, sandbag will kick in and you'll do a lot more damage. Okay, so very important to note that. And I don't use power surge because I don't have enough of a shield to keep power surge up, so that's why finishing barrage is the better one to go with. So thank you to those who recommended it. I wasn't using it originally. We were very close when I switched it. Kez and someone else was mentioning it as well too. It worked out really well. Okay, so same thing over here. Just to note here, look, we got 92%, right? Very important. Don't mess that up. You guys can see I have to restart due to that error. So we're gonna go again. I'm gonna get to that part of the phase, and you'll see right here, this part we actually ended up doing, I think, a little bit more. Right here's the ultimate, same rotation, nothing changes there, right? Ultimate hits 94.56, and it's still 94%, right? So we're still there. Now here, this is important. You want to make sure you can dodge here, but after this specific second attack, he starts jumping around. do not cast Reagi unless you can get him on this phase. So you can see here, I dodge, Reagi comes out, boom, overload, shadow step, overload, shadow step, back to the same thing. So I'm gonna sure being cast, right? You guys can see all my other units are being used into high speed rotation 3 times. And then so I'm going to Shura, and then at the end, core attack into a thunderstorm. Okay, so right about here, in about the 4:15 minute mark, you want about 87%. 87% is ideal. Now, on the 3rd or 4th phase, and this is why you don't use Power Surge in the setup, because you can see I lost some health there. Even though Min brings it back, it's still a pretty big DPS loss. Okay, so right here I dodge, here I dodge. Okay, bring Reagi in. I shadow stepped a little early on that one. You guys can see the reason why I shadow step during the overload is because it keeps your overload and the shadow step defense down in sync. Okay, so you guys can see it's about to go down, it's almost done. Shadow again, we're going to do thunderstorm, and right here, okay, you're going to wait and we're going to push him to 75% as soon as you possibly can, and it should be around 3 minutes and 20 seconds left if you can do that. Now, ideally, it's the same rotation every time, guys. Right there, shadow step, overload. You want to push him down to 68 if you can. You guys can see I'm pushing him, and over here he starts casting this thing. You want to let this happen. He does this like spirit bomb looking thing. While he does that, he's very vulnerable and he stands still the whole time. He won't go into the next phase. So you can see 72% with 8 seconds left. You don't want to waste that. That is important. So you want to get him down as fast as you can, as much as you can during this phase. So I try to push him to 69% here, or close to it. Right there, boom, 69% with 322 left, and he's gone. So 320 is perfect. That's exactly where you want. Now, it's up to you on this phase where you go, left or right. But either way, it's a triangle situation. I've already showed you guys this guide. Dodge twice into it, come down, go down to the left in my case, dodge twice, right into it. Make sure you're right behind him for this one so you can get to this quicker, right? 1, 2, and then right here, very important to note, you want to have your overload up quickly. So again, Moonlight, Reagi, same time, right? Shadow step, summon your shadows, boom, and now you bring in all of your units or all of your supports, and then you want to make sure the same rotation continues. Nothing changes with rotation, guys. Keeps it all the same right there. Thunderstorm. Now, very, very important. For 50%, he goes into the next phase. You want to make sure that he's at about 2 minutes if you possibly can. 2 minutes and 20 seconds is more than enough. You guys can see we're doing another rotation. Boom, there it is. Okay, now watch. 2 minutes, 20 seconds at 50%, or 2 minutes if you're really, really desperate and you can push it. Okay, there you go. You guys see the ult's happening now during overload. This is why high-speed rotation is so important. Okay, so there you guys go. 48%, 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. When this cast is done, again, he leaves him very vulnerable, right? Let him do his thing, and then he's going to disappear. We did 46% with 215. That's more than good. Okay, right here you guys can see 1 to the right, left, and then I go right to the back of this pillar, and I just wait for him to cast it. Well, as soon as he casts it, I go right in front of him and then back into the same rotation again. Moonlight, Reagi, 2 casts of Silent Strike, 1 overload hits, the second one's about to get cast, and I have my shadow step up. Boom, there it is. High speed rotation. Oh, Summon Shura. All my summons have been brought out. Thunderstorm, high speed rotation, 1, 2, 3. Back to Summon Shura. And then I'm going to end up doing a core attack at the end just to finish it up. There it is. And look, we got 35% left with 1:41 left. This is honestly, guys, there's no room for error here. I'm not joking when I say this. Like it's the hardest fight they've ever made for WOBL, and it's been the best challenge I've had in this game ever, and I'm super happy to have been able to complete this. This is an accomplishment for anybody who finished it. Congratulations to all of you guys who have. But you guys can see 32%, 1:22. You want to push them down. Here we go, 1, 2, 3 to 25% with around a minute left if you can. Right there, you guys can see before it's over, I cast it. So once he's done this little spear bomb move, which seems to be the best time to cast any of these skills, he will push him down to 23, and then we are now moving on to the last phase, which is the chain phase, right? So here I go right into the middle. You'll see what I'll do here. I don't dodge very much, but I double dash into the chain real quick. 1, 2, put this right on top, and then I go around the bombs. I don't go into them, I just go around them. That way you don't have to waste a dodge. Right there, boom, and then look, 57 seconds with 23 seconds left. Same rotation here, guys. Summon your shadows, do your shadow steps, do the exact same rotation, and push it through. The main thing here was just consistency on rotation, making your shadow steps are there on time, making sure that you don't mess up with Reagi because he is a moving boss. This was probably the hardest fight in the I'd say the first boss was tough as well, but this is probably the toughest fight in this entire place for two reasons. Number one, the TP requirement is really steep. Number two, you cannot have any errors in this fight. Look at right here. One thing to note, when he does this phase, remember, it'll cancel your skills. You can still cast Thunderstorm during that phase. Okay, so we're gonna have one more here. One more overload, I think, is what we needed to finish this. I probably, if I had a little bit more damage here, I probably could have finished it off, to be honest. I just had enough time to do one more cast of rotations, and it was good enough for me to wait. So 14 seconds, and I needed only like a couple more seconds anyways. This was cutting it super close, guys. This was cutting it super close. Right here, you can see a Shadow Step just in case, so I don't mess it up. Rieji in 4 seconds left. Soma and Ashura into a quick core attack, and we completed it. There it is, guys. Let me tell you, I'm being real when I say this to you. It was the most difficult and most challenging WOBL ever, and I'm so proud to not complete it as top 1000 as pay to win. That was easy enough. The free-to-play aspect of things, and this is the reason why I play free-to-play, is because it's the most challenging thing you can do in the game, and this was the best challenge I've had ever since we started this. So, thank you again, guys, so much for watching. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe. Don't forget to go support your boy. Remember, I'm bringing you guys as much content as I can. I don't have to do this, but I wanted to so I can support some free-to-play players in order to get the job done. All right, guys, again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.